And welcome back to Clockwise Thoughts. Today we got a familiar face, but he's a guest on the show. But this man needs no introduction at all, since he's been rolling with us and everything else. We're gonna give a shout out to Mr. Bam.
I'm gonna just say it like this: if you've seen the program, if you've seen the promo, you know what time it is.
There you go. Also, we have Mr. Black, of course. Hey, everybody. And I am Scout. All right, let's dive on straight into it.
We will talk about my Cash App payment later, but you know what I'm talking about. If they know, they know.
Okay. Lord have mercy. Lord. Besides that, we're going to dive right on into this. Around the NBA this week, it's been some major blockbuster moves. No pun intended. We've had some people hop here or there. It's been like some dog movements as what people have been reporting. But the first one where we're going to jump off with that hits the mind is, hey, John Wall's in Houston and Russell Westbrook is a Washington Wizard.
Why do we have to start there? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. The reason why I say we're going to start there because my thing is this starting to become no one wants to work with James Harden effect? He got rid of Dwight. He got rid of Dwight. He got rid of CB3. Now he didn't got rid of Russ.
Yeah.
Let's see.
No.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I look stupid. This the third goddamn time that someone that only stayed one season and dip.
No, I'm gonna let Black Man start this off because I got a whole different take. Go ahead, Black Man, please. Well, look. I'm gonna be completely honest. The coach is gone. The GM is gone. So with Dwight and with Dwight and Chris Paul, you could kind of maybe say that might have been a Daryl Morey decision, not necessarily James Harden. But like I said, your coach is gone. Who the system, the system in place was tailored to you by the coach. The GM who selected the players to implement the system tailored by the coach is gone. So realistically, I know the owner, Tillman Fertitta, is looking at this like that's my cash cow. But to a degree, at the same time, you could say no real blockbuster moves or big trades happen on a team without the team stars' consent. So to a degree, yeah, you got to say I believe James Harden had some input on this. But the move itself is interesting. John Wall, I believe, is a better shooter, just in my opinion. Statistically, I think that backs it up too, but just in my opinion, I believe he's a better shooter than Russell Westbrook. But now, mind you, neither one of them are great shooters by any stretch. But you do now get a better decision maker on the team, which is a valid point. The only problem that I have with that is you had Chris Paul as one of the best decision makers of the generation on the team, and that didn't translate to anything positive. I know they say it was injury and all that, but James Harden's game never evolved or matured to take advantage of having a better decision maker. Now you got a guy that's willing to run end to end. I mean, you had that with Russ, but you do have somebody that can make better decisions coming down the stretch. It's just at this point, I don't know about James Harden's play style. I really don't think it's conducive to winning, if that's fair. Hell, I don't think Giannis's play style is conducive to winning. But
I look at it this way: when the NBA refs don't want to call that little double hop step that he do or travel, or when he decide to go to the lane and do a layup, look, man, 3 steps, that's a travel. I'm sorry, I may have played ball in the 80s and the 90s and then play, Army ball in the 2000s. But listen here, when you take 3, that's a travel, bro. Either way you look at it, you don't, just because you and moving around and everything, that's a travel.
No, Scout, I'm gonna be so serious. I'm gonna be so serious on you on that point. Stand down, please, because I keep trying to tell people, you do that on a street ball court and you might get punched in the face. That's not legal. You cannot be in possession of the ball. Both hands cannot be touching the ball, and you leave your feet and come down on both feet. Any way you look at it, that's traveling. Any way you look at it, that's not a pro hop. Because even when you do a pro hop, you're supposed to come off of one foot and come down on one foot. You cannot, both feet can't simultaneously hit the ground at the same time while both of your hands are on the ball. Let alone, again, even if you get stripped going up, like if you get stripped going up, you have to let go of the ball before you can grab the ball again and come back down, or it's called a travel. So I still don't get how that move is legal.
I say this. Maybe he learned it from my man Skip to Malou and One mixtapes.
I'm not even going to talk about
a Bone Collector. I know he works for Bone Collector.
I'm not even going to talk about his little hop step, pro hop, whatever the hell. Listen. Let's get to the potatoes, right? Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Y'all know what this is when I come on the show. We gonna start here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. How many teams has Russell been on? 2, 3?
Yes. This makes his third. This makes his third.
You can't win on either one of them. Your play style is not conducive to winning. You know why you and James Harden don't work well together? Because both of y'all mofos need the ball in your hand. John Wall don't care about having the ball in his hand. John Wall rather pass you the ball and run around court and set off ball screens rather than take every shot. You talking about two people who can't win, ain't got a championship in sight, don't have one to their name right now. If they keep playing like
no
that,
championship
you know what?
in sight.
It's gonna be no. You ain't got no championship in sight. I don't care. They could have sent Russell to the Lakers.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
How that team stacked already.
But we gonna comment on that in a minute down the road. Because
LeBron ain't having that. I'm gonna take John Wall over Russell Westbrook every time. If I'm James Harden, I'm taking John Wall over Russell Westbrook every time. You know why? Because he gonna get me the ball so I can still score my 60 points a game.
But Chris Paul did the same thing.
And I love
he asked Chris Paul.
Yes,
and John Wall is about as injury prone as Chris Paul.
I was mad when Chris Paul got traded or left or whatever. But James Harden
listen here.
He got the Myers syndrome.
I understand your point of view.
It's all about him. He think it's all about him.
I was not gonna go there, but since you went there, listen. We can talk and break down Russ's game all the time. We can. The man is pretty much almost a walking triple-double. That means he plays the full game because he's doing it in assists, rebounds, and points. Now, Jack,
no. And
turnover. But I will say this.
Hold on, Scout. No, hold on, Scout. Because you said he was triple-double. I said this to Black Man the other day. I said, if you're a walking triple-double, anywhere you go, why you ain't got a championship?
Well, wait.
Scout,
you go ahead and answer that one. You answer that one.
If you average a triple-double I'm going to break it down to you like this.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you a Jordan average a triple-double all season.
Lord.
It's gonna go straight to a championship. Now, everybody know I don't like LeBron on the court. He a great man off the court. I don't like LeBron on the court. But if
why we gonna
throw LeBron into this?
I don't know why.
I guarantee you, if LeBron James averages a triple-double, if his numbers are a triple-double for the season, it's going to average in the championship. I don't care who he got on the team.
That's a fair point. I mean, that's a technicality, but that's a fair point. But Scout, please fix this statement. Please fix this statement.
He could have Joe Schmo on the team and pass the ball to himself off the backboard. He's still going to get that shit. I'm just saying.
Ricky Davis.
Let me get on my one of my all-time favorite football players of all time. Let me get on my old Shay Sharp real quick, since you go there, Mr. Skip Bayless. Listen here, Russell Westbrook. Yes, he's a walking triple-double. Yes, he is. But there is no I in team, sir. If you letting this supposed to be the smallest guy on the court out hustle some of the biggest people on the court, getting these rebounds and everything else and home tired deals, what is that saying about the rest of the team? Now, you wanted to say James Harden about the way how he was doing and stuff like that. You failed to forget him and Russ was on the same team initially. He did not want to have the fortitude, the cojones, as my cousin would say, to step up to challenge Jeremy Lamb. And where the heck is Jeremy Lamb at? Has he made an all-star team?
That's a very good question.
No, he has not, sir. No, he hasn't. He didn't want to step up then because he was, but I can play better. I don't know why I got traded. Man up. You're supposed to be at the top level, the best of the best. What the heck did you think it was going to be here? Everybody ain't going to be on superstar status. But I give credit where credit due. Everyone who done made in the league can probably beat or bust down normal people that's out here. But once you get on that level as an NBA professional, either you step up your game or you go home. Quit crying over, well, I did. Stop being Paul George. Well, I don't understand.
Wow. So we done threw LeBron under the bus. We threw Paul George under the bus.
No. We was going to get to Paul George because that comment that he made, that, well, I don't know what happened that we broke down during the playoffs. You want to know what happened? Your shooting was happening. Your shooting is what happened.
I heard.
I'm going to tell you the honest given truth. Your Brick City shooting. Shout out to Jersey, and even though he ain't from there, but that Brick City shooting that he was doing, he built his whole estate up there in LA. Bang,
probably
bang. I put it to you like this. It's like he playing 2K21 on next gen and he ain't got close-up shots and he bricking everything.
Well, I mean, with that being said,
let's tell the truth about it.
Well, hold on. If we gonna tell the truth, let's tell the truth real quick. So before we get off this Houston Rockets kick, let me just end it by saying this. If we're going to tell the truth, let's tell the truth on some hard facts. Number one, regardless of what anybody wants to admit, and y'all can come fight me on this, I don't really care. I'm grown. James Harden is a compiler and a volume shooter. No one wants to admit that, but I will. Listen, no one wants to admit Allen Iverson was a volume shooter. I will, because that's what it was. I still praise efficiency, so if you score 60 points a game on 32 shots, I'm still going to look at you kind of sideways because you took free throws as well. So, yeah, that your efficiency to me just ain't really, you know what I mean? It's not where it should be.
That reminds me of somebody else who does that, who we talked to. He shoot about 30
James
times
Harden,
a game and big bricks.
James Harden's game is basically dominate the ball, shoot a lot of free throws. That's pretty much his game. Like I said, in the 90s, maybe even early 2000s, James Harden would be God in Nikes because he could control the game because the game was played at a slower pace. Not to say that he himself can't keep it up, but he's literally playing 1-on-5. You're not really involving the team. Not to say that he's not doing one hell of a job playing 1-on-5, but you're not really involving the team. That's why your roster is consistent of a bunch of role players who don't really have who've never really, in a sense, had predominant roles anywhere else. They brought you Russell Westbrook, who was an MVP, an All-Star. It didn't work. They brought you Dwight Howard, Defensive Player of the Year, MVP candidate. It didn't work. They brought you Chris Paul. We already know the resume did not work. Once again, this is why his style is not conducive to winning. John Wall is
and he ain't got
frequently injured, and I don't, again, like I said, a better decision maker is still not necessarily going to help a James Harden, because it doesn't matter what decision that guy makes. If I have the ball in my hand, who cares what he's doing? And that's pretty much how this is going to break down. It's unfortunate because, like I said, it's great for regular season ratings. It sells tickets. So it's a beautiful thing, and the league will never shy away from it. But in the reality of it, you can't win with that. And James Harden doesn't necessarily even want to be in Houston that much anyway anymore because of his owner's political affiliation. That stuff has gotten way too deep into sports. People don't even want to play for owners. I don't want to take your $50 million check because you're a Republican. Okay.
Oh, he went there.
Someone else will.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, he went there. Go ahead.
Wait, Scout.
Hey, Russell Westbrook's a compiler too. How do you think he averaged 10 rebounds a game in Oklahoma City? Steven Adams boxes out everybody for him.
Wait, Scout, I'm gonna speak to your point first.
Go ahead.
Okay. To the point of everybody can't be a star. I agree with you. But see, there was a role player, if you want to call him that, in LA by the name of Danny Green, who only got his contract off of one 3-point shot. And he got chips. Russell Westbrook. And I had to catch myself.
Did we really go there?
I'm about to go somewhere else. Yes, we did. Russell Westbrook, who gets praises for averaging a triple-double all season. You've been in basketball for 10, 11 years. You've had KD on your team, Paul George on your team, Harden on your team, Chris Paul on your team, Dwight Howard on your Serge, and you can't get a chip. You can't get one cookie. It's a lot of chips out there, and you can't get a Lay's, a Ruffle. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
So why don't you just articulate my point on Russell Westbrook? I'm not trying to be rude. You're just a guy who's athletic.
Yes, you can jump high.
If you were taller than 6'3", it might translate to something, but you're not really a point guard. You're only 6'3", but you're not an actual point guard. You're just an athletic guy who can play basketball.
You're not a point guard, and you're not a shooting guard, because Lord knows your shot builds skyscrapers.
But yeah, you're not tall enough. You're not tall enough to realistically affect winning a championship or not. And as mean as that sounds.
Okay, right now, y'all two are sounding like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Let me break this down.
I probably sound like Skip Bayless. He sounds like Rob Parker.
I'm gonna say this, and the reason why I'm gonna say this. Yes, Danny Green has chips. But off that one 3-point shot, even though Danny Green gets a chip, immediately the next season, Danny Green gets traded. Because the Lakers could have closed it out earlier, and then Danny bricked that 3. But we ain't even going to go there. This is what I'm going to say.
I agree with you. But that wasn't my point. He got chips.
No, I understand that. But I understand that point. But what I'm saying is this. People said the same thing about AI.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone said he's not a point guard. He's a shooting guard. If he was a little bit taller than 6'3" or 6 or however, 6 foot or whatever else, he would have been better. AI has no chips. None. But he's always in the conversation of being one of the number one elite scorers in the game and one of the number one point guards in the game. You want to know why? Drive and determination. And when it came push to shove, AI changed his game to, I can still drop 30, 40 when I want, but I can also give assists. I can do this. I can do that. Russ is doing all of that, but you got to look at the point of who's also in that lane. You can't just put all the static on this man. So he's walking. Yeah, he's a walking triple-double. So if he's giving the ball up like how he was this season to Mr. James Harden, and James don't score, I mean, he don't get an assist, right? Or if he dump it down to a big man who does not score, he don't get that, right? You can't just look at saying, why don't Russ have the chips, or it's just Russ? It was a lot of messed up problems down there in Houston where people don't want to admit. Because like how we said,
those were all the problems in Houston.
But that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying that problem already was there before. The man got drafted to OKC at first. They should have already knew this. And then everything else. All I'm saying is this. And then we can get off the Houston subject. Go right ahead, Ben. I'm listening.
Scout, let me tell you why. Okay, let me tell you why AI gets so much praise for real. Because when AI was playing on the 76ers, wasn't nobody really over there. So you got one nigga. You got one person.
Eric Snow. Derek Coleman.
An elder Dikembe Mutombo.
Eric who?
Eric my God. A very good decision maker. I think he would make a great coach.
Eric Snow? Really? Eric Snow? This is what
Yes, because you want to know why? I know Eric Snow had a Nick Anderson moment in the finals. Yes, he did. The man was colder just like his last name. I totally understand this. But during the regular season on that going to the final run, Eric Snow was clutch plenty of times. He just forgot his jump shot in the finals. I know what you get ready to say. And y'all trying to say that man is not relevant, but he still was. Yes, he was. He was relevant.
Scout, no, you don't. Because if Eric Snow did anything back then, they'd still be talking about him now.
They do. No, they still do. Him and Nick Anderson is in the same category of.
Yeah, not really where you want to be.
They speak of Eric
Squirrel
Snow
moment.
They speak of Eric Snow as what not to do. Don't be that guy. There.
Well, right now they speaking of J.R. Smith on the same level because that messed up
go there
stuff he did in Cleveland, but then L.A. called him up and he collected another chip. So,
but
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Hold on. You say the
wait. Wait. Because if you're going to bring up L.A., we got to touch on the Lakers, too. If you're going to bring up L.A., we got to touch on the Lakers.
No. Since we're going to touch up on L.A., we're going to talk about Mr. Crime Paul Pierce. That's what I'm going to talk about. When?
Hold on. We going to get
Hold
there.
on.
Hold on. We going to get there. Hold on. We going to get there. Because you just said the key word. He got another chip. Another one. And this one that he got, he ain't have to do nothing for it.
Same as Danny Green. A lot of those times, Danny had to do nothing for it either. But that's besides the point. But that's besides the point.
And he still got Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
Okay,
Still got more than Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
but tell me, hold on. But if you want to go that way, does Danny Green and them add up to John Stockton, Mark Price, Charles Barkley, Dan Marley? No, they don't. But where they at? Hold on. But hold on. John Stockton, Gary Payton, them don't got no chip. Sir Charles, don't got no chip.
Scout, these are not people that you purposely tried to build the team around. You're trying to build the team around.
They were trying to build around Russ. They brought Russ. No, they brought Russ there to help out Harden, and Harden was like, I'm gonna keep on shooting and do my thing, and I'm gonna travel when I wanna, and all this. Man, come on now.
Notice what I said. You building teams around people like Russell Westbrook and James Harden, which, if you pay attention to history, they can't hit the bright side of a barn. I'm a Rockets fan. Everybody that knows me knows this. I'm a Rockets fan. But I know come playoff time,
well, the Knicks had it.
I might as well stop. Hey, this is my city. I mean, you know we're gonna do that all day. But I know come playoff time, we can't depend on James Harden. He might can get you 60 a night regular season. But come playoff time, he curl up like, man, look here.
Okay. Are we done lambasting the Rockets?
Move on, because I'm itching on this Paul. Listen, this Paul George stuff. Look, I gotta get this off. Look, I know we normally don't vent on normally we don't vent on this show like this, but this whining and this audacity of this man who. Whoo, first and foremost, you tried to blame Doc. After you did Doc's family wrong and Doc still coached you and left his personal life outside the business life and still try to call your number because he know Kawhi is not the shooter. You supposed to be the shooter. Where was your shot? I can tell you where your shot was. It was in the dumpster. It was in the trash. It was in the trash. That's where it was. Matter of fact, you let that mother back in Indiana when you was a Pacer. That's where your shot was.
That's a fair point. That's a very valid point.
I'm gonna tell you what a shot was. I'm gonna tell you what a shot was, and I'm gonna be so candid when I say this.
I know where it wasn't.
Every time he sees Steph Curry, which is the other Curry, not Steph Curry, but Steph Curry, he think of what he could have had and what he messed up. His shot.
Oh, trust me, because Seth Curry made sure he took it to Paul George in the playoffs, but we're not even going to go there.
Hold on, sirs. Hold on, Ben. Hold on.
Man.
Hold on. I'm going to say this. If it was just me and I'm Doc Rivers, Doc played his role and showed his true character in class. He did. He coached that young man, said he could be better than what he needed to be. But for Paul George to come out whining and complaining like a little girl then got mud splashed on her because you let somebody else ride your bike, listen to him. It could not have been me, ladies and gentlemen.
He gave up his bike.
I'm just saying, it could not have been me, ladies and gentlemen, because you mess over any one of my kids and then try to look in my face. Oh, it's going to be smoke in the city, I'm trying to tell you. But that's not here.
Austin River.
What I'm saying is you cannot. Paul George tried to blame it all on Doc not coaching trying to say Doc was playing favorites or whatever else. But my thing is this: playing favorites. Did you say he called your number? He designed plays for you to shoot.
So you would be one of the favorites he was playing.
Scout.
Look, Doc has been accused. Doc has been accused of playing favorites before, so we're not gonna act like that's a totally out of the left field, accusation of levy. It's just the person that's making it is interesting.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? Because Paul George, I like Paul George. You know what I'm saying? He's entertaining at sometimes to watch.
Yeah, no, his off court is real entertaining. How to put hands on that boy, monkey paw.
Hell, when I'm playing 2K and if I need a clutch shot, Paul George, my guy. But let's keep it a buck. If Danny Granger did not get hurt, we wouldn't even be having a conversation about Paul George. Paul George.
Thank you. I've been trying to tell people that for years. It's no disrespect. I still think Danny Granger was a better scorer anyway. He's a better shooter.
Paul George, why? I'm going to take it to you like this.
He done put the cat out the bag, didn't he?
If Brandon Roy would have stayed healthy and then had him two bum-ass legs,
we're not even gonna get into that. Let's not even go there because that's a tragic story for another time. Because a lot of people do believe the Blazers was on their way up.
I know it's tragic, but a lot of y'all, if Brandon Roy was still around, a lot of y'all players can I take your order, please?
Well, I mean, he's around. His knees, they just weren't going to get any better. But
no, but if he was,
but hold on,
if he was active and. If he was active,
oh yeah, of course. Trust me. Even to this point now, he'd be an Andre Iguodala, but could score easier. You know what I mean? He'd be an Andre Iguodala, but he could score.
A lot of y'all players will be in your local drive-thrus. Y'all be managers at Chick-fil-A, Burger King, because most of y'all soft.
Lord. Anyway, let's just keep this. Hold on. Let's keep this objective on some seriousness because we've already decided to go into LA. So since we decided to get into LA and obviously we started with the Clippers, let's work our way up. Okay. So if you're in Clipper land or if you're in the basement of the Staples Center as they claim, all right. So you lost Montrezl Harrell. So
we just dropping all of that today, ain't we?
One of your six men.
I hate my.
Reportedly, you're trying to shop Lou Williams, but it's very difficult. You're having a hard time trying to match the money. Doc is gone. Okay. Let's make sure we keep this real as far as the Clippers go. Paul George and Kawhi are only under contract for this coming season. I think they have player options after this. So this entire thing could literally have fallen apart to the point where the foundational infrastructure the Clippers had is already falling apart because Doc is gone. You had two six-man of the year. Matter of fact, the winner and the runner-up, running the same squad. I know the bubble came in and a lot of things changed, but again, to me, you were moving backwards, but picking up Serge Ibaka could be a move in the right direction if you're in Clipperland. You're losing Montrezl, so you're losing that hustler. You're losing that guy that was basically giving you about 18 points a game off the bench, and you didn't really have to call his number much. But you are going to get a better rim protector and a better outside threat. We see with Serge, Serge came up big, alongside Marc Gasol in Toronto with Kawhi, of course. So in Clipperland, I think that move, you lost, but you're able to stay afloat. Now, when you move Lou, then we're going to be talking about possibly just being in the red because I'm not really sure how you replace that. But it's obvious that culture is fractured. There's some issue in that locker room between Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and then everybody else. Or, it could be an issue between Paul George and Kawhi Leonard as well. I don't know. It's just the way that the offseason is played out. There was obviously some fracture in that locker room that needed to be repaired.
Look, I've heard this from from just growing up. If everybody has a problem with you, everybody can't be crazy. So everybody cannot be crazy. OKC took you, you was out of OKC. Hell, Kawhi came and got you after he won his Chips Ahoy. Kawhi came and got you. And now nobody wants you in LA. You know why nobody wants you in LA? Because you're not producing. You a lot of hype with no results.
Rob Parker. No, he was fine at PG-13. He just killed himself when he called himself Playoff P. And like I said to you guys at different times, we've all played ball at some point. You don't give yourself your nickname. It's given to you. People who see your game from a perspective other than out of your own two eyes, they give you your name based on what they see, what people can say you're good for. But when you start giving yourself a nickname, you're in a sense making a hype you have to now live up to, which is very difficult, instead of allowing the hype to, in a sense, be given to you.
I'm kind of upset at Paul George because I'm kind of upset at Paul George. I'm not going to lie. Because it was supposed to be you and LeBron in the finals. Or in the Western Conference Finals, it was supposed to be you and LeBron. That is what everybody wanted to see. That is
it was
why
Kawhi versus LeBron, first off.
Well, Kawhi, it was supposed to be the Clippers and the Lakers. It was supposed to be the Clippers and the Lakers. And because you couldn't get out your own head and you
That's a fair point.
Your mistake. Because you couldn't get out your own head and you took your mistake that you decided to mess up your little life. With some $2 something down the street.
Lord have mercy. I know it was coming.
You couldn't hit. You couldn't hit the Bronx. You couldn't hit nothing.
Well,
hey, that man said his jump shot was water. That's what he said. He said his jump shot was water.
Well, obviously,
evidently
married now.
No, I'm just saying, evidently his jump shot was tap water. It wasn't that bottle fresh spring because man couldn't get nothing.
I guess the bucket had a hole in it. Listen, I got some Fiji on the other side of the room. If you're not sipping on some Fiji, you ain't sipping on nothing. Call me Voss is some overpriced tap water, let me tell you.
Hey man. I like me some Voss, but that's besides the point. Now, since we over here in LA. No.
Yeah, I know. Now we was at the basement.
Since we over here in LA. Yeah, we got to go.
Let's go upstairs. Bam. We was in the
basement.
Let's go upstairs.
Since you know Mr. Bamden already said he don't like my mans over here. Since you know we from the old guy.
No.
No, hold on. No. We got to give this man proper introduction when the introduction is due because you hate him so much.
No, Scout, because you're about to tell a lie.
No, I'm not.
Off the court, me and LeBron cool.
No. I said off the court you love him, but we talking about his in-court play, sir. His in-court play. So now we're gonna go to the man from Akron. Yes, we is. You know, as Mr. Bam likes to say, he secured that bag, that $85 million bag. But you know what he secured? What he also secured, possibly could be next year, about next 2 years. But we ain't gonna go there yet. We ain't gonna go there yet. But what I'm gonna say is this: he also helped secure, if he plays the way how he has been playing, he will surpass Mr. Tim Duncan as being the best power forward in history. And I'm talking about your boy AD. I'm trying to tell you, for LeBron.
Hold on.
Oh, no. The reason why I said that is this. The reason why I said this. Nothing to take away from the big fundamental. Nothing to take away. But let's look at in the big fundamentals prime, and let's look at what's going down right now in AD's prime. Stats is almost the same there, Black. Stats is almost the same. But AD has a little higher shooting percentage than the big fundamental.
Mm-hmm.
Big fundamental has almost a higher rebounding than what AD does as of right now. Assist-wise, of course, that's almost split. But defensive presence-wise, almost the same similarities.
Well, the game is played a little bit differently. So I would realistically call AD more of a stretch four than a traditional four.
Well, we all know all the traditional fours is pretty much gone. Heck, even the traditional fives is pretty much gone because you got centers stepping out banging threes.
Listen. Like I'm just.
If you don't got a jumper in today's league, you ain't doing it.
It take a lot. It take a lot to say anything. It take a lot to say anything in the realm of Tim Duncan. I think he's one of the only people that actually has a winning percentage against LeBron in the finals, an actual good one. But yeah, needless to say that. Needless to say that bad.
I think Steve Curry got one. Steph Curry got one too. He took 3 of them things from that man.
See, this is why I started it off by saying Mr. LeBron James. Mr. LeBron King James, the man from Akron.
The man.
This is why I am saying this. When he secured his money and it went for max dollars, he said, I'll take the 85 million. Give that young lion that's behind me right here that won his first chip. Give him the max dollars.
A couple of years.
No. One thing, and it all ties in together. You got to think, Bam said he loves his business moves off the court. That was a business move off and on the court, and I'm going to tell you why. On the court, you getting somebody that's in their prime, that's also bringing other players in so you can cement and make sure your legacy is stamped. Forget all that talk about, well, Mike and me went this many times and Mike had a perfect record. That's great. But if we talking about stats and looking at the stats,
the numbers don't lie.
You better give it to the man who's in the record book for it. But we ain't gonna get into that. But what I'm saying is this.
Because now you're kicking the bucket over. So I tried to let you chill. But I'm here to
go ahead.
I'm here to restore order on the clockwise thoughts. Let's be serious. LeBron has been playing longer than Jordan. Jordan played in a tougher era than LeBron did.
I'm not saying that he didn't.
Now, Jordan didn't have to go compile him from over here, him from downstairs. Him from
hold on, sir. As I said before, one of my favorite Looney Tunes, Longhorn, Leghorn. Now, hold on now, sir. Now, hold on. Yes, he did. Because you want to know why? Guess what? It's a man that had a bigger brother in the league called Mr. Horace Grant that was on that team that did not know he got traded to the Orlando Magic, who left. Hold on. Then you went and got Tony Kukoc. All right. Yeah, you busted him out or with the dream team and stuff like that. And you gave that young man a run by. The first game, you made sure the man looked like he had lumps until the man stepped up. The second game, you played him, and then he got a pass. Hold on. Then we'll go a little bit further. Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, who decked Mr. Steve Kerr in the mouth at practice. But where did Steve Kerr come from? San Antonio. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm not done yet, sir. Didn't you get the best offense, the best rebounder, period, in the game, past, present, future? It ain't going to be another man like Mr. Dennis Rodman. So you trying to tell me this lovely melting pot that used to be Chicago Bulls, not the Chicago Fools, how they been playing. We talking about the Chicago Bulls of the Windy City through the 90s. You trying to tell me Mike didn't have people filtered to him? No, you can't, because you can't say it with a straight face, sir. You cannot say it with a straight face.
What I'm saying to you, sir, is it was a little harder to go get him down the street, him from upstairs, him from around the corner, him from his girl house.
They went all across seas to go get Tony Kukoc. Where was Ron Harper? Ron was in the infamous. Ron was playing on the Cleveland Cavaliers when Mike did that lovely push off on Craig Elo to hit that infamous Gatorade jump shot. Come on now, sir.
And let me tell you the difference between Michael. And let me tell you the difference between Michael going to get you and LeBron coming to get you. When Michael came and got you. Okay. After Mike played with you, you was a star. Didn't nobody know these people before they played on the Bulls?
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. I got to Hold on. I got to interject really quickly because I'm loving this dynamic between you two. But hold on. I got to interject real quick.
Wait,
LeBron gets you paid.
Rodman was the biggest. We understand that, and I'm gonna speak to that point in a second. But
okay, just make
Dennis Rodman was the biggest draw on that team, meaning he was just if not a bigger star, just as big of a star as Michael Jordan.
His personality.
But Dennis came with rings. Dennis had hardware.
No,
he had them tips of Horace you've been talking about. Dennis had the tips, sir.
Scout. That's why we're not talking about Dennis. That's why Dennis is in the category by himself. But I'm talking about the Steve Kerrs, the Tony Kukoc, the Ron Harper. Ain't nobody know nothing about no damn Ron Harper until Ron Harper got to the damn Bulls.
Hold on, sir. No. Because I've been a Cleveland fan. No. I've been a Cleveland fan since '81. Look at here.
Because you from Cleveland.
Okay, and your point is, that's besides the point. I knew who he was. I remember when Ron Harper averaged 5, 5, and 5.
Scout, I'm talking about the masses, not the people just around your area. The masses didn't know who a Ron Harper was. Who the hell is Ron Harper? Before he got to the Bulls. Nobody.
Hell, half the people didn't know Bill Cartwright until he got there either, but still.
Exactly.
Bill did kind of show up at the end of his career.
That's why I'm saying.
Ron didn't show up at the end. Ron was doing some good things, and Mike said, yo, I appreciated that you took that butt whooping when you was in Cleveland, but come get a check. What the... Then I'm talking about. Then hold on. Wait a minute.
Come get a check.
First and foremost, Steve Kerr. Who the heck? Steve Kerr, Mr. Humble, Mr. Really Don't Talk, Mr. Steal Mark Jackson's job, but that's besides the point.
Didn't nobody know nothing about,
he did not just say that.
Yes, it did. It's true. Y'all be saying it. Now, talking about
so many people for this.
Hold on. I'm so sorry because we all say it in barbershops. We said it. Look, we said we was gonna tell the honest, giving truth about it, right? That's the honest, giving truth. He stole the man's job. He didn't create that team. He stole the man's job. But besides the point, Steve Kerr got handed off a great baton of a spot-up shooter from John Paxson. And wait a minute, Mr. 3-point winner himself, besides also BJ Armstrong, but the people that you forgetting, Mr. Craig Hodges, who came off the bench but got 3-point champ titles. Now, come on now. Chicago had people. They've been filtering people all the time. Because you started Chicago with Mike and Charles Oakley, if we're going to get to the bread and butter of this. Yeah, you had people.
Scout, you're proving my point, though. Nobody shined the light on Chicago the way they did before Michael got there. If Steve Kerr didn't win as many chips as he did, he probably wouldn't be in the position he is now.
That's fair.
People didn't start shining a light on Chicago until a coach they don't even want to throw in the mix, but they had to throw in The Last Dance. Or if you watch any Michael Jordan documentaries, it's before Mr. Triangle himself, Phil Jackson. It's the coach before that, Mr. Doug Flutie, helped Mike reach that shine and said, yo, bro, you can shoot, you can score, but you're going to need some help. And then Doug said, yo, I got this cat from Central Arkansas. We're going to bring him to help you.
Oh, okay.
But
you say
Doug Collins, excuse me.
You know what the heck I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, no. I just want to make sure we clear it up for the people. That's all.
Where is Mr. Doug Flutie at now? We talking
Doug
about
Collins
that are relevant.
He's a lovely announcer, but still, he a championship type coach, and he started
a very good announcer.
Thank you.
He a championship coach. We're gonna give him that he announcer, right? But we talking about the people that are still in the realm of basketball today.
So you trying to tell me LeBron James don't have that same type of caliber of what Michael Jordan did to bring the people there to play?
What I'm trying to tell you is Michael Jordan is going to make you a star. LeBron will come get you after you's a star.
That is not true because, hold on, sir. What the heck was Kyrie Irving before LeBron went back to Cleveland?
Hype.
And listen, Cleveland, listen, like I said, I've been with the Cavaliers since 81. I won't leave them. I love them to death. Get rid of Saxon, people. Look, if you're listening right now, get rid of Saxon and let him go bye-bye because the boy booty butt cheeks. That's besides the point. Kyrie Irving was not doing what he was doing before LeBron got there and, hey, man, I've been down this path. Let me talk to you for a minute.
I agree with you. I don't like Kyrie.
He also hold on. Now
what he did in Boston.
But hold on. He also. But I'm just saying. He also recognized. Listen, it was a process. Why go through it? Mike went through the same process. LeBron said, "Hey man, I tried it here by myself. I got here." Got to the finals, know how to get to the finals. I got there by myself. I went to a different team, collab with some other people. I got my first two, came back home and shared the knowledge, just like how Mike and them shared the knowledge. Yo, this is how we can get it done. That's what he did with Kyrie. Hell, that's what he did with K-Love. Until that, my shoulder, I dislocated. But, I can sit here on the bench and get me a lovely chip. Or Mr. JR, who don't know how to, hey, man, the basket down that way, got his first ring. Let's break it down. Let's break it down.
And then he came to the Lakers, got on the roster. And then he came to the Lakers, got on the roster. He got on the roster.
Yes, but everyone knows how JR got on the roster. They made that one phone call to LeBron. Yo, can you vouch for him? This man ain't been playing. He refused to play for Cleveland. Can you vouch for him?
Scout, and I tell you this all the time. People don't care how he got there. They don't care about what happens before the show. Just as when the show is on, there's a good show.
All I'm saying,
they don't
LeBron James and Michael. All I'm saying is this: LeBron James and Michael Jordan have the same analog and due diligence to doing to business.
Actually, they don't.
What you mean they don't? Because everybody, if you want to be truthful about it,
Damn,
Mike
that
didn't
showed
learn
up to
what he
be
needed to
showed
learn.
up to start controversy.
You know, if you want to be truthful about it, Mike didn't learn what Mike do for Mike. Mike learned it from Doc. And Mike also learned it from one given person. The people that don't want to say that we also covered first in our entrepreneurship series. He learned it from Magic Johnson. Because look at it. Magic was the first player owner. Then Mike did it.
And Kobe learned it from Mike.
But who LeBron didn't learn it from?
And LeBron learned it from both
Pat
of them.
Riley.
Watch how he played. And Pat Riley.
Did you say Pat Riley? Did you say Pat Riley?
Well, I mean, he learned the business. I think he learned some of the business stuff when he was in Miami, as far as play style goes.
He learned business.
But that's what I'm saying, man. All I'm saying to say this, Bam, is, man, give that man credit when credit due. Bro, he brought in the number one power forward right now at the time.
The court,
now, what I don't like is that what I don't like is this, Schroeder. I'm gonna say this to you, young man, because I'm older than you.
I don't even know
stop
why.
Crying
I don't even know why you're
no, first of all, stop crying because you trying to say you refusing to come off the bench. Just like how Bam said, bruh, you getting a check, shut up. See, this is what I don't get with all these athletes and movie stars and that. I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry because it was on my check. I'm gonna say it. Listen here. We pay you to perform a service. Just like at our jobs, they pay us to perform a service. Mm-hmm. You can't sit there and say, well, if I ain't a starter, I ain't gonna do the service. Well, then I'm gonna say this: you done breach a contract, and I ain't gotta give you a doggone dime. You can take your sorry rocks and go home. See, that's what they honestly need to see. They need to have some Bernie Macs and ownership to try to tell some of these people, look at her. Let me tell you how this is gonna be.
Well, I think
I paid you my money.
Is now.
That's what I'm saying. I paid you my money. You need to perform your services to get their check. But since you don't want to perform them services, I'm not liable to pay you a dime.
Wait a minute.
And then stop letting them be all these prima donnas all the time. I can't play. I can't. Shut up.
No, wait a minute.
You and Paul Pierce over there need to build a sugar bread house or something. Hold on. With their crying and whining.
Hold on, Scout. Wait a minute. I don't even care if you see this, Derek Shooter, but Shooter, I can't even say your last name. That's how irrelevant to the situation that you are.
Did we really go there?
On your previous teams, Mr. Shooter, what did you do to help elevate your squad? Nathan.
Average like about 13 to 14 points a game.
Joe Smo that play in the park, they could do that. If you set him a pick and give him a little, little space and he got a good jump shot, he could do that. Come on now.
Okay, but he's a competent backup point guard. He is getting better. Yeah, I don't think he's even hit the prime of his career. They needed someone to replace Rondo. And this is kind of, you don't get playoff Rondo, but you do get more scoring.
He ain't competent if he's saying stuff like that. Well, if I'm not a starter, if you don't go sit your little behind on this bench.
Well, you got to think you would have Gasol, Davis, LeBron. Okay.
See, look.
Caldwell
That's where you
Pope.
get that stuck. Yeah.
Caldwell Pope, I'll give you the starting two guard. So, yeah, you're starting point guard. What you going to start, Caruso? Because remember, you're going to put LeBron at the 3.
I'm surprised Bam didn't say something when you said the Pope name, because he probably wanted to say, why is he still relevant?
No, I'm gonna leave Caldwell Pope alone. I think he's a solid player. I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yeah, KCP's not bad.
But Derek Schroeder?
It's Dennis Schroeder.
Look, man, whatever the name. Look, Strudel, Pop Tart, Boodle, whatever his name is. Look, he need to quit crying. Oh, they're crying.
Well, he's not crying. He's just
You
saying
like
that,
I said.
hey, look, this is what my agent told y'all. This is what I came here for. So this is what we gonna do.
If you not a starter, you not.
Hold on. I'm sorry. From Pee Wee ball all the way up to the pros, I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them fans or participation parents that say every kid must play. And especially since I signed your check and stuff like this, look, if you ain't starter potential, guess what, bro? Come your behind off that bench. Shut up. You get a check. I am not going to deal with, my agent said, Lord, my agent said that I could be a starter. Is your agent doing the work? No, me and him have an agreement of you gonna perform. This is the money what we said. But if you ain't on that star caliber to be a starter, bring your butt off bench. Quit crying like a little girl. See, this was wrong with half the younger generation. Extra soft.
What I need people to understand is just because he was over there in OKC where they ain't have much of anything going on over there.
I was in Atlanta as well before that.
And they ain't have nothing over there until Trae Young started busting that. You know what I'm talking about? That's why you're not in Atlanta now.
Fair.
You played behind.
Fair. No, it's not fair. It's correct because he ain't stepped his game up. But now you won't come over here. My agent said your agent ain't playing for you.
Hold on, Scout. Let me get this off. You played behind Chris Paul, and you ain't getting no chip. Now you in a better position to get yourself a Chips Ahoy, and you want to complain.
After this, I'm gonna go get some cookies. That's what I'm gonna go do. I
swear to you, bro, Cookie Crisp.
So I can have my chips, like.
Because I feel like I'm deprived without one now.
But
I feel like I'm deprived without one.
But
look, what I'm saying though, like, you're in a better position to win a championship, and you gonna tell people, "Well, I told my agent if I don't start." Then you know what? You could waive your contract and not win nothing.
True. Now I'm gonna say this.
Looking like a broke Clint Capella with your shrieking.
Oh my God, he got that in there. I'm gonna say this. To build up for part of our series that's coming on, since I know Mr. LeBron James is also attached to Mr. Maverick Carter. If you're not noticing the moves what the man is making, not only on the court but off, something is wrong because he's changing the whole entire environment. Hopefully, this lovely conversation that we had today will enlighten some people to honestly understand if one person secures the bag, that means the group can secure the bag. And the way how I see it, LRMR is securing the bag on all levels. It's a four-headed monster. It starts with Mr. LeBron James, Rick Paul, Maverick Carter, Randy Mims. If you're not understanding what those four gentlemen are doing in sports, not only basketball, but sports, and if you're not understanding what they're doing to brighten up their platforms, I don't know if you've been underneath a rock or something, but you probably need to pay attention because they changing a lot. Not only how the sports games are viewed, how the ownership, the executive, also how entertainment is being viewed. So,
Pioneers and trailblazers.
oh yeah, we'd like to thank y'all for watching. As always, as we say here at Clockwise Thoughts, or always I say, hopefully we gave you a little food for thought, and we'll talk to y'all next time.
Peace.